So welcome to Be Kind Entertainment. We are featuring kind Canadians. And this week, we have the queen of color and glitter who makes the world a much more beautiful place to live in, Tiffany Pratt. Welcome.
Yay! Thank you
Thank
for
you so much. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having
me. So tell me about Family Home Overhaul. Loved watching it. Loved watching the joy in Kate and Ruba's face. It really made me ugly cry. It was so palpable. Tell me what your experience was like.
Well, when you get to create spaces for people for a living, that's always very joyful because you can, the way I like to work is you replay the customer, the client, the design project results back to the person, the project, and they get to see themselves on four walls. And most people look at design as sort of something that is only available to those who have extra cash.
Right.
And so we wouldn't necessarily, I know the service that I do is for everybody and I try to make it very available. But in the case of Kate or Abbott and Ruba, they were definitely not in the sphere of thinking they needed a designer. They just needed their home to function properly. And the whole concept of Family Home Overhaul is you're dealing with people and families and couples that have compelling, incredible stories. And, what we see on the outside of homes in specific neighborhoods, we have this impression that everything's going well and they're making lots of money and their lives are incredible. And when you open up those front doors, we're always really, I would say, shocked to know what's really happening. And in the case of Abbott and Ruba or Kate, and on Family Home Overhaul, HGTV asked me to do 2 episodes, which was incredible. And equally incredible that it was very contrasting stories. But for me, it was really giving them back to themselves in 4 walls to show people that wouldn't otherwise be hiring a designer. It's sort of the way I see them and the way I would dream that they could see the world and want to live. And when you come home to your 4 walls and you feel restored and happy, then you can go out into the world and do incredible things. And so that's sort of how I looked at my work on that show.
And the joy you brought them, it was palpable. Like I said, it made me ugly cry. I was so happy for them because they didn't even know what to do with themselves. And the kindness, because they were so kind, they were nominated and you were kind to them. I think kindness begets kindness. Do you think so?
100%. I think when somebody, like something so silly as being in a drive-through and somebody paying for your coffee, that one simple thing can set the pace for the rest of your day.
Right.
Or, just receiving something fun in the mail from somebody or a postcard you don't expect. It's that little elevation of spirit that really makes you realize how important it is to put yourself aside and think of others and treat them the way you would dream to be treated, even if you were not. And I think that that's, something we hear in school, like treat others the way you want to be treated. But in the end, any human being walking on this planet just wants to be treated with love and respect. And I think the greatest work we can do is just to give it, even if we don't always get it.
Right. Now, what do you think makes Canadians so kind? What is it about them?
I feel I've lived in the United States and I've lived in Canada. So I would say I'm like a 50-50 on my experience in both countries. And what I feel whenever I'm here is there's a democratic peace. There's this very, everyone looks at each other as the same. There's no, I don't know why, but the class system feels a little bit more leveled off in this country. And we as Canadians, because it's effectively the smallest, biggest country, we band together. And there's a lot of, I think there's a lot of, how we always say we're sorry.
Yes, sorry.
I'm sorry. What? Sorry.
You go ahead. You go ahead.
But I think the sorry part of it is part of the kindness, is that we're so aware. And so when you're so hyper aware, that means that your heart is open. Therefore, stupid little things that you shouldn't be saying sorry for, you're sorry for. So, and that, I think that just goes, well, here's an expression my Canadian father would always say, that in Canada, you don't know a stranger.
Right.
So there is no such thing as a stranger. Everybody's your friend.
Right. When someone says, hey, do you know Joe from Manitoba? And you're like, maybe, good chance I may, right? And then you're like, so where does he live? And then you go from there.
Yeah. Or my American mother says, it's small town Canada. Everybody knows everybody. Yeah.
Now, in addition to all this, you do so much volunteer work for sick kids, you do work for hospitals, and you make it beautiful. Tell me about
Well, I don't, in the case, so what I've done some work in the past with Princess Margaret. And 2 years ago, I can't believe it's this coming, sorry, it's a year and a bit ago. It wasn't 2 years ago. Princess Margaret has the Color to Conquer program that happens in the month of May. And because I color my hair, they thought I was a very good advocate.
Perfect.
And so I designed a 2-story interactive space for people to come and experience color and experience colored hair. And that was something that also encouraged donations to Princess Margaret Hospital, which is a cancer center in Toronto, and then also donated to Color to Conquer. And so my work with Princess Margaret is always there. The thing is, once you feel passionate about a topic, you stay with it. So my friend Sarah Baumler is now just designing their Lotto series homes. So I just painted a bunch of art for her to put in the homes. And then with sick kids, they have a program. It's not on anymore, but the program was called Soleil the Clown. And Soleil the Clown would go live in all the rooms of all the children.
Fun.
And the kids would tune in to the Soleil the Clown show. And Soleil was a clown that would go into each room and visit the children. So when she would come on the screen, she would throw the children into a whole new place emotionally and put them through an activity. So that particular time I was on the Soleil the Clown show, and I actually made art boxes for all the children in the unit, and I had them all delivered to all their rooms. And then I showed up and was on the show, and I took the kids through projects of what I had planned for them inside the box. And that comes from my years of working with children, because I had my own art studio, and my love for children in art it feels like it's a part of who I am. I feel like I am them. I am a child that loves art. And then to that same point, you're adding the children, then you're putting the cancer together. Then I started to work with Camp Ooch. And with Camp Ooch, it's actually been a few different things. So I was a camp counselor at one of their camps the camp here in the city. And I did a couple days where we created a couple different things, but one of them was an entire wall installation of life size of their Camp Ooch braids. And we made all the charms, and it took us literally 2 full days to do it, but we did it, and it's incredible. I've done some career counseling at Camp Ooch for the kids that are looking to, pursue a career in any kind of arts. And then every year I design a paddle, which goes up to auction for Camp Trillium, and the proceeds for this auction go towards the camps. So
Amazing.
It's all about art. It's all about helping. It's all about merging the things I love to do with the things I love to help.
And it's your kindness, your celebrity, and sharing that kindness. And that's where charity and celebrity meet. Thank you so much.
Are you kidding me? It's my total pleasure. It's my pleasure. This is what I live for. And it makes my heart happy. It's selfish. But thank you for having me on, and thank you for saying that. And thank you for putting it forward.